Okay, let's be real. We've all been there, right? Staring blankly at a source control history that's just filled with generic fix stuff messages. Or maybe you're dealing with the endless, exhausting pain of context switching, bouncing back and forth between your terminal, your browser, and your editor just to ship one single feature. It is incredibly draining. Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to completely transform that broken workflow. We are going to look at taking your standard VS Code environment and turning it into a centralized, AI-empowered powerhouse. We're talking about automating all that tedious metadata, strictly enforcing your coding standards, and seamlessly connecting to the outside world, all without ever leaving your IDE. Here is our roadmap. Think of this explainer kind of like a video game progression. We're going to start with level 1, the built-in Git workflow. Then we'll move to level 2, Copilot beyond code completion, and level 3, strict conventional commits. After that, we hit the boss level, customizing AI in VS Code, before finally wrapping things up with troubleshooting and account setup. Let's jump right in. Level 1, the built-in Git workflow. Okay, let's dive into this by looking at a pretty stark contrast. On one side, you have your traditional manual terminal commands. You know the drill, typing out git add dot and trying to write a sensible commit message in a tiny, cramped terminal window. It's tedious. On the other side, though, is the built-in VS Code UI. It's entirely visual. You want to stage your file? You just click the little plus icon next to it. It completely removes the friction of remembering exact syntax and lets you visually manage your entire workflow. Let's rapidly break down what this journey actually looks like chronologically, because it's incredibly fast. If you've got a brand new project, you literally just open the source control panel and click Initialize Repository. As you write code, the left-hand gutter lights up. Green lines for new code, blue for modified. To track those, you just click the plus sign to stage the files, type out your message, and hit Commit. Then it's just one click on Publish Branch, and the whole thing is synced to GitHub. Absolutely no stressing over mistyped terminal commands required. Oh, and before we leave the basics behind, I have to drop a massive pro tip. We all know the sheer panic of accidentally committing massive node_modules folders or sensitive local files, right? Enter the gitignore AI extension. Once you install it, you literally just create a blank .gitignore file, right-click and select Generate gitignore from AI. It instantly analyzes your project's specific languages and tools and automatically writes the exact ignore rules you need. It's effortless. All right, level 2, Copilot beyond code completion. So a lot of folks out there think GitHub Copilot is just a glorified autocomplete engine, but honestly, out of the box, it has these incredible hidden talents designed to handle all the boring metadata of coding. Just to fire through a few, you can highlight a broken snippet, right-click, and have Copilot fix it inline. You can ask the app terminal agent to generate complex shell commands for you. You can chat directly with your repositories. You can even use Copilot Chat to write scripts that bulk close thousands of obsolete issues in minutes. And yeah, it'll instantly generate your JS doc or Java doc too. It is a comprehensive assistant, not just a fancy code generator. Now, if your organization is using Copilot Enterprise, you get access to something truly magical: pull request summaries. Just imagine you've spent the week refactoring 50 different files. Instead of sitting there manually typing out every single tiny change for your reviewers, Copilot actually analyzes the diffs for you. It automatically generates a detailed, highly readable summary, complete with links straight to the changed files. It completely saves you from having to rely on your own memory to document your work. And this brilliantly illustrates the core philosophy here: staying in your flow state. We have all been hit with a massive, terrifying wall of red terminal errors. Normally, you'd copy that text, open a browser, and start hunting through forums. Not anymore. You just highlight the error right there in the VS Code terminal, right-click, and select Explain with Copilot. You get an instant, plain English description of what broke and the exact command needed to fix it. Level 3. Enforcing strict conventional commits. Okay, it's time to tackle a truly universal developer pain point: absolutely terrible commit messages. Let's look at the visual contrast here. A generic fix stuff commit tells your team literally nothing. It's a dead end. But a strict conventional commit, something like feat auth implement OAuth2, that tells you the type of change, the exact scope, and what actually happened. It makes your history completely self-documenting. Because, and this is absolutely crucial to understand, commit messages are not for today. They're for your future self. They're for your teammates who are trying to track down a bug 6 months from now, and they're for your automation pipelines. When you use structured commits, you can automatically generate change logs and reliably trigger semantic versioning. Now, writing them perfectly takes discipline, and let's face it, under a tight deadline, discipline disappears. But guess what? AI can fix that for us.
The secret to making this work is absolute enforcement. By default, the commit messages Copilot generates can be a little generic. But you can fix this by adding strict, explicit rules to your settings.json file or your IDE configuration. And I mean hard rules, not gentle suggestions. Tell it to limit allowed types strictly to feat, fix, or chore. Tell it to enforce atomic commits and require proper footers for breaking changes. Once you configure this, you just click the AI generation sparkle button in the UI, and it enforces total compliance automatically. It literally becomes easier to write a perfect commit than a bad one.
Boss level customizing AI in VS Code. This is where we go way beyond those default behaviors and actually start teaching the AI about your specific code base. To start, you can just type /init in chat to generate a Copilot instructions.md file, which sets your absolute baseline coding standards. From there, you can create prompt files. These are basically saved, reusable / commands for your daily routine tasks. If you're a power user, you can package agent skills or even build custom agents that act like specialized members of your team. And if you're working in a massive monorepo, just use the setting to let parent repositories share their customizations. The whole workspace stays perfectly aligned. But if you want to truly unlock that powerhouse potential, let me introduce you to the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Think of MCP as the ultimate universal bridge. It's an open standard that allows your local AI agent to reach out and safely interact with external tools, external databases, and APIs. It completely breaks the AI out of its isolated text-only box. Let me give you a really tangible example of why this is a game changer. You could install the GitHub MCP server straight from the VS Code extensions marketplace. Let's say you're coding and you ask Copilot Chat to suggest 2 new UX enhancements. Because that MCP server is active, Copilot doesn't just print out the ideas, it can literally reach out to GitHub and automatically open the tracking tickets for those new features right on your repository. You just brainstormed and executed project management tasks without your hands ever leaving the keyboard.
Section 5, Troubleshooting and Account Setup.
Now, because we are connecting complex MCP servers and building custom agents, occasionally things are going to get a little stuck. Luckily, VS Code has fantastic built-in diagnostics. First up, just use the /troubleshoot/ command right in the chat window. If you need more visibility, the Agent Debug log panel is your best friend. It shows you a perfect chronological timeline of every single tool call and LLM request. And if you're hitting corporate firewall issues, just check the GitHub Copilot output channel set to trace to review your network logs. Wrapping up the administrative side of things, managing your setup is incredibly flexible. Whether you're on a free tier, pro, or massive enterprise account, VS Code handles it all gracefully. You can even juggle different GitHub accounts across different workspaces, which is absolutely perfect for keeping your day job's enterprise code totally separated from your weekend side projects. And hey, if you ever need to go off the grid, you can safely disable AI features globally or per workspace using the chat.disable AI features setting. And that is a wrap for this explainer. We've traveled all the way from the basics of clicking through the built-in UI up to writing hard rules for our commits and finally configuring custom AI agents that can actually talk to external servers. Your editor's really no longer just a place to type text. It's become an intelligent, automated partner. So, I'm going to leave you with one final question to think about. Now that your IDE is a fully customized AI powerhouse, what tedious manual task are you going to automate first? Get out there, set up your instructions, and happy coding.